They are with you right now, not one, not two, but dozens, maybe even hundreds. You cannot see them, you cannot hear them, but they are recording, watching, praying, protecting, and carrying out the commands of the Almighty with perfect precision. In Islam, angels, known as malaika, are not just passive beings floating in some distant spiritual realm. They are active participants in your daily life. From the moment your soul is placed in your body, to the very second it is taken away, they are present, silent witnesses to every smile, every sin, every tear you shed in secret, and every subhanallah whispered under your breath. But what do they actually do? Most people know the names of a few: Jibreel, the angel of revelation; Israfil, the one who will blow the trumpet; Munkar and Nakir, the questioners in the grave. Yet these roles are just the tip of the iceberg. The deeper you dive into the Islamic understanding of angels, the more awe-inspiring and surprising their duties become. Did you know that angels pray for people who wait in the mosque between prayers, that they surround those who remember Allah with rings of light, that some angels travel the earth every day just to find gatherings of people doing dhikr? This isn't mythology. These are truths rooted in the Qur'an and the authentic teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. Understanding the roles of angels isn't just fascinating, it's transformational. It awakens a consciousness that we are never alone, that we are always observed, and that we are part of a greater divine orchestration beyond what the eyes can see. So today, let's lift the veil. Let's step into the unseen and discover what the angels do according to Islam. You'll be surprised. In the vast expanse of the unseen world that Islam so vividly describes, angels hold a place of unique and awe-inspiring significance. Known in Arabic as malaika, these beings are unlike humans or jinn. They were created by Allah from light, pure, radiant, and untainted. Their very essence is obedience. Unlike humans, who wrestle with desires and temptations, or jinn, who possess free will and the ability to rebel, angels are flawless in their loyalty to the Creator. They do not eat or drink. They do not sleep. They never grow tired or hesitate. And they never disobey a single command of Allah. In the Qur'an, Allah describes them as messengers with wings, some having 2, some 3, and others even 4. But their physical forms are not bound by our earthly understanding. They exist beyond the confines of time and space as we know it. Though invisible to the human eye, their impact on our lives is profound and constant. They serve as intermediaries between the heavens and the earth, carrying out divine duties with precision and purpose. But their role is not limited to mere communication. Their presence shapes our daily lives, often in ways we are not even aware of. Islam teaches that the number of angels is beyond human comprehension. Entire realms are populated by them. There is not a handspan in the sky, except that it is occupied by an angel standing, bowing, or prostrating in worship to Allah. Some angels are assigned grand tasks that shake the universe, while others have deeply personal responsibilities, like recording every word you utter or guarding you as you sleep. They are not beings to be worshipped, nor are they symbolic or metaphorical. In Islam, belief in the angels is one of the 6 pillars of faith. To deny their existence is to deny a fundamental truth of the divine system. They are real, they are near, and they are constantly at work. Understanding their nature is not only a step into the unseen world, it is a window into the perfect harmony of Allah's creation. Among the countless angels created by Allah, there are some whose roles are so powerful, so central to the unfolding of divine will, that their names have been revealed to us. These are not just names preserved in Scripture. They represent entire cosmic functions, eternal assignments that connect the heavens with the earth and the fate of humanity itself. Perhaps the most well-known is Jibreel. To the average person, he is simply the angel who brought the Qur'an to Prophet Muhammad. But in truth, his task is much grander. Jibreel is the angel of revelation, the one chosen by Allah to carry his divine message to all the prophets, whether it was the scrolls to Ibrahim, the Torah to Musa, the Psalms to Dawood, or the gospel to Isa. With a presence so mighty that when the prophet saw him in his original form, he described Jibreel filling the horizon with 600 wings. He was a companion to prophets, not just a messenger. He brought hope to Maryam when she was alone. He stood beside the prophet in moments of fear and confusion, bringing divine assurance. His descent marked the beginning of prophethood. His presence meant something sacred was unfolding. Then there is Mika'il, often overlooked but vital. His job is to oversee the rain, the growth of vegetation, and the distribution of sustenance. But he is not simply controlling weather patterns. He is carrying out the balance of life and provision. Through him, the needs of creation are fulfilled. When it rains, when crops grow, when livelihoods are sustained, it is Mika'il and the angels under his command working in quiet obedience, following the commands written by Allah in the unseen realm. Another name strikes awe, even by its association alone: Israfil. He holds the trumpet that will signal the end of time. He has not blown it yet, but he stands ready, the instrument already lifted to his lips, awaiting only Allah's command. When that sound emerges, it will mark the collapse of all creation. Mountains will crumble, the seas will boil, and every soul will fall unconscious, except whom Allah wills. And then, by the second blow, the resurrection will begin. Israfil's task is not to warn. It is to transition the universe from life to judgment. Among the keepers of the realms beyond this world is Malik, the guardian of hell. Described in the Qur'an as stern and unflinching, Malik oversees the blazing fires and the punishment of those who rejected truth. Even the people of hell, when they plead for relief, address him directly, but he does not respond with mercy, only justice. His duty is not cruelty, it is fulfillment of the divine decree for those who denied every chance. On the other side is Ridwan, the gatekeeper of paradise. He welcomes those who believed, who endured, who turned to Allah with sincerity. His face radiates joy. His words are of peace and welcome. Those who reach the gates of paradise will hear his voice offering eternal rest, a reward for the struggles of this world. In the highest ranks are angels who carry the throne of Allah, known as the Hamalat al-Arsh. Their task is beyond imagination. They praise Allah constantly, asking forgiveness for those who believe. They are massive in size and unmatched in their devotion. Their role is not limited to lifting. They intercede, they glorify, and they connect the throne to creation through prayer. More intimately involved in human lives are the angels known as the noble recorders. Every person is assigned two of them, one on the right, recording good deeds, and one on the left, recording bad. They do not miss a word, a whisper, or even a fleeting thought that turns into action. Their scrolls will be opened on the day of judgment, containing every detail of your life. What's surprising is their mercy. They wait before writing down sins, allowing space for repentance. But once recorded, the record becomes part of your eternal story. After death, two more angels visit the grave, Munkar and Nakir. Their appearance is terrifying. Their voices thunder. They ask three questions. Who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? The answers are not memorized, they are lived. The one who lived in truth will find ease. The one who lived in denial will feel the crushing of the grave. And then there are the angels who take the soul at death. Azrail, the angel of death, is not a grim figure to fear, but a servant of divine timing. To the believer, he appears gently, with peace. To the wicked, he arrives with severity. Around him are legions of angels assisting in the extraction of the soul, each with a specific role. Some pulling, some wrapping, some carrying it to the heavens. Beyond these are angels who roam the earth, seeking gatherings of remembrance, sitting with those who mention Allah, and ascending to the heavens carrying reports of the believers. They fill the spaces around us, even in the smallest acts of devotion. When we recite Qur'an, when we help someone silently, When we make dua alone in the dark, these angels witness it all. Their roles are grand, intimate, and everything in between. And knowing them, truly knowing them, is like realizing that the entire universe is alive with obedience, submission, and divine orchestration. Every single day, from the moment the sun rises to the time it sets, the earth is alive with the quiet movement of angels carrying out duties that would astonish the human heart if only we could see. Their presence is not restricted to grand events or distant corners of the cosmos. Rather, they are deeply involved in our daily existence, observing, recording, and interacting with our world in ways that are both subtle and profound. At the changing of the day, when darkness lifts and light begins to stretch across the sky, a powerful shift takes place in the unseen realm. At Fajr, the angels who were assigned to you throughout the night ascend to the heavens to report to Allah what they witnessed. In their place, a fresh group of angels descend to take over the day's watch. This same exchange occurs again at Asr. And what do they report? Every action, every word, every heartbeat of sincerity or arrogance. They gather before the Lord of the worlds and say, "We left them while they were praying, and we came back to them while they were praying." For those whose days begin and end in remembrance, these reports are filled with light and honor. The angels are not passive observers. They are active in seeking out the good. When someone sits in the mosque waiting for the next prayer, not passing time idly, but doing so out of love for Allah, the angels record that time as though the person is in prayer the entire duration. When someone recites Qur'an, especially in the stillness of the morning or late at night, angels descend to listen. In one narration, the Prophet recited a verse during the night, and a bright cloud of light filled with angels descended so near that even his horse grew startled. The presence of angels during recitation is real, and their awe for the Qur'an mirrors the respect we should hold in our hearts. There are angels whose daily routine includes searching the earth for gatherings where Allah is being remembered. When they find such a group, no matter how small, whether in a mosque, a home, or even two friends talking sincerely about their faith, they surround them with their wings. They call to one another saying, "Come here, what you seek is here." They sit with the gathering until it disperses. Then they ascend, reporting the scene to Allah. And Allah, though fully aware, asks them what his servants were doing. The angels describe the gathering, the love, the remembrance, the longing for paradise, the fear of hell. And then Allah says something that brings chills. "I make you witnesses that I have forgiven them." The angels, surprised, even interject and say, "But there was a person among them who wasn't really part of it. He just happened to be sitting there." And Allah replies, "Even him I have forgiven, for they are a people by whom none sits in their company and is left miserable." Even more astonishing is how angels interact with acts of kindness and private devotion. When a believer visits someone who is sick, angels ask Allah to bless that person and grant them paradise. When someone gives charity secretly, angels pray for the increase of that person's wealth and blessings. When someone sleeps in a state of wudu, angels remain by their side through the night, praying for them while they sleep. If they wake in the night and remember Allah, even if only briefly, the angels record it. When a person says Ameen after the Imam during prayer, the angels say Ameen with them. And if their Ameen matches that of the angels, all past sins are forgiven. These are not small events. These are divine encounters woven into the fabric of everyday life. When you smile at someone, when you show patience, when you hold your tongue in anger, angels are there, bearing witness, writing it all down, and sometimes even making dua for you on your behalf. Their world overlaps with ours in beautiful and surprising ways, and though unseen, their nearness should remind us that every moment holds spiritual potential. Every word we say echoes in their presence. Every choice we make is preserved by hands made of light. The angels are not distant, and their tasks are not limited to lofty events. They are here, around you, with you, each day, every day. And the more you remember Allah, the more they surround you, not as strangers, but as silent, loyal companions appointed by the most merciful himself. There are moments in our lives when we feel an invisible comfort, a mysterious protection, or a sudden pull toward righteousness that we can't fully explain. It might be in the stillness of the night, when fear creeps in and then gently fades. It might happen when we're on the brink of falling into sin, but something pulls us back. Or when we're in deep distress and suddenly feel calm, as if wrapped in a warmth we didn't ask for. These are often the moments when angels are closest, working quietly, without recognition, fulfilling roles we never even realized were part of our story. From the moment a soul is breathed into a fetus in the womb, angels are involved. It is an angel who delivers the soul, and it is the same angel who writes down 4 critical things: your sustenance, your lifespan, your deeds, and whether you will be among the blessed or the damned. This decree is recorded before you are even born, and from that moment on, angels accompany you throughout your life. Some are appointed as protectors, guarding you from harm that you will never know was near. You may walk past danger unaware that it was ever there, but an unseen hand guided you safely. You may sleep soundly without knowing that there were forces trying to reach you, but the angels stood guard. Others walk with you, not to protect, but to influence your heart gently. When a believer is faced with a choice between good and evil, truth and falsehood, there are moments when the heart is whispered to in a way that leads it toward light. These subtle nudges, these unspoken reminders of faith, can come from the angels that Allah assigns to support the righteous. Their work is not to force, but to invite. They present the path of good in a moment of uncertainty and leave it to the soul to respond. One of the most humbling realities is that when we perform good deeds privately, with sincerity, the angels not only record them, they elevate them. A single tear shed out of fear of Allah in the privacy of the night is carried by angels to the heavens. A simple word of comfort spoken with sincerity is honored in the same way. Even the intention to do good, if truly heartfelt, is recorded by the angels as a complete good deed. This is perhaps one of the most surprising aspects. When a believer intends to do something righteous but is unable to complete it, the angels still record it fully. And when the deed is actually carried out, it may be multiplied many times over. This is part of the mercy of Allah, executed through the hands of His angels. At the time of death, their presence becomes even more profound. When a soul is about to depart, angels descend to either comfort or confront. For the believer, they arrive with radiant faces and bring words of peace. They say, "Do not fear and do not grieve. Rejoice in the paradise that you were promised." The soul is gently taken as though water were being poured from a jug. But for the disbeliever or the arrogant sinner, the angels come with sternness, with dark faces and harsh words. The soul resists, clinging to the body, and is ripped out with pain. The contrast is stark, and the roles of the angels in those moments are decisive. Even after death, they continue their work. They escort the soul, carry it to the heavens, and bear witness to its deeds. They ask Allah for mercy, for forgiveness, or in some cases, justice. In the grave, when the body lies alone and silent, angels descend once more to ask the ultimate questions, questions that define your eternity. And in the final stages of existence, during great trials, during battle, during disasters, during times when people are too afraid or overwhelmed to speak, angels appear. Not always visibly, but certainly present. There are narrations of angels helping believers during times of war, standing beside them, giving them strength, filling their hearts with courage. And then, in moments we might overlook entirely, when we are traveling, when we are vulnerable, when we are crying alone or falling asleep after remembering Allah, there are angels assigned just to comfort, to protect, to record. They are not always majestic figures with massive wings and glowing light. Sometimes they are present in silence, their only task to lift a prayer to the heavens on your behalf. The truth is, we are never alone. From the moment we enter this world to the moment we leave it, and even beyond, the angels are there. Working, watching, recording, protecting. Their love is not for us as individuals, but for the obedience we show to our Creator. Their loyalty is not to our status, wealth, or words, but to the sincerity in our hearts. They move unseen, but their impact is woven into every breath we take. And when we begin to realize just how deeply involved they are in our lives, it changes how we live. It softens our hearts, sharpens our intentions, and reminds us that every moment is sacred in the eyes of those made from light. The Prophet Muhammad did not merely speak about angels in theory or as abstract figures from another realm. His life was surrounded by them, his teachings rich with vivid descriptions of their nature, their roles, and their closeness to both him and his ummah. Through his eyes, we gain a rare window into the unseen world, one that feels alive, detailed, and deeply connected to our everyday experiences. One of the most famous moments in the Prophet's life that revealed the reality of angels came in the form of a stranger. This man had no signs of travel on him, yet his clothes were dazzling white and his hair jet black. He sat knee to knee with the Prophet in the middle of the mosque, surrounded by the companions. He asked questions, deep, precise questions, about Islam, faith, excellence, the signs of the hour. And when he was done, he left. The Prophet then asked his companions, "Do you know who that was?" They replied, "Allah and his messenger know best." He said, "That was Jibreel. He came to teach you your religion." This was not an imagined event or a symbolic vision. This was a direct interaction with an angel who took on human form in broad daylight, witnessed by many, revealing the depth of their involvement in human learning and spiritual development. The Prophet spoke frequently about Jibreel in particular, describing both his human and angelic forms. When he saw Jibreel in his true form, it was an overwhelming sight. His wings filled the entire horizon, his body immense and radiant, and every feather adorned with countless pearls and rubies. The awe of that vision stayed with the Prophet for the rest of his life. Yet Jibreel wasn't distant or intimidating in their relationship. He visited regularly, brought revelations, comforted him in times of sorrow, and stood beside him during some of the darkest moments in his mission. Another powerful moment came during the miraculous night journey, Isra and Miraj. The Prophet was taken through the heavens, ascending layer by layer, and at each level he encountered angels guarding the gates and welcoming him with peace. He saw their forms, their light, their devotion. He entered the realm of the highest angels, those who constantly praise Allah, some standing, some bowing, others in prostration, never once breaking from their worship since the moment they were created. There, he saw the angel who controls the fire of hell, Malik, whose face held no softness, and whose duty was to guard the flames with unwavering firmness. He also saw Jibreel once more, standing at the edge of a realm where not even he could proceed. Beyond that point, only the Prophet was permitted to go, and even the angel of revelation himself had to stop. The Prophet also taught that angels are closer than we think. When someone makes dua for another person in their absence, an angel responds, "And may you have the same." When someone eats and remembers Allah, angels join in and pray for blessings. When someone makes wudu and lies down to sleep while praising Allah, an angel stays by their head and continues to pray for them throughout the night. He taught that angels love sincerity, that they are drawn to purity, and that they flee from filth and corruption. He warned that angels do not enter a house where there are images of living beings or where incense is burned for the purpose of invoking jinn. Their presence is sacred, and their absence is a loss. From the Prophet's teachings, we learn not only of the majesty of angels, but of their affection for the righteous, their concern for the believers, and their constant readiness to intercede, support, and witness. His life bridged the seen and the unseen, and through his words, the world of the angels becomes less distant and more beautifully real. There will come a day when the unseen will be seen, when the world of the hidden will erupt into view, and humanity will stand paralyzed as the heavens crack open. That day is not like any other. It is not a day of speculation or metaphor. It is a day that has been promised. On that day, the angels, who were once silent and invisible companions in the shadows of our lives, will descend in ranks upon ranks, overwhelming the earth and sky with their presence. And they will not be gentle or subtle. They will be awe-inspiring, terrifying, and majestic beyond imagination. The Qur'an describes the sky splitting open, revealing what had been concealed for so long. The sun will lose its light, the stars will scatter, and the mountains will be blown away like dust. In the midst of this cosmic collapse, the angels will descend in layers, one after another, stretching from horizon to horizon, covering the heavens with their wings and radiance. For the first time, human eyes will see what they could never have imagined. The very beings that once silently recorded our deeds, whispered good into our hearts, and hovered unseen around the gatherings of dhikr will now stand in full glory and full strength, silent and ready, awaiting the command of their Lord. Israfil will be at the center of it all. With the trumpet already lifted to his lips, he will await a single word from Allah. And when that word is given, the sound will pierce every soul. Every living creature will fall. The mountains will crumble, and even the mighty oceans will boil. After the first blow, silence will rule. A silence so complete it will feel like the universe itself has stopped breathing. Then, after a period only known to Allah, Israfil will be commanded once more, and the trumpet will sound again. From the dust and scattered remains of every soul, life will return. The resurrection will begin. In this unimaginable moment, the angels will be everywhere. They will be seen driving the criminals toward hell, wrapping chains around the arrogant who denied truth. They will march in rows, carrying out divine justice with precision. Others will be seen comforting the believers, shielding them with their wings, guiding them toward safety and light. And among the most magnificent scenes will be the bearers of the throne of Allah. These angels, enormous beyond human comprehension, will carry the throne in complete submission, glorifying their Lord without pause. On that day, they will witness the unfolding of justice and mercy in its ultimate form. Even the greatest of angels, Jibreel, Mika'il, Israfil, will be afraid. The Prophet said that on the day of judgment, even they will tremble. Even they will say, "O Allah, be merciful," as the scale of divine power is unveiled without veil or filter. This is not a day of casual reflection. It is the day that will reduce the mightiest kings to silence, the most arrogant to dust, and the most righteous to tears. The presence of the angels will not bring comfort to all. It will bring terror to some and hope to others. On that day, when the scrolls are opened, when the records are displayed, when every soul is called by name, the angels will bear witness. They will testify to what they saw, what they wrote, what they heard. There will be no denial, no hiding, no appeal. Their testimony is flawless, and every human being will look upon them, not as myths, but as undeniable beings of light and might, who knew them better than they knew themselves. The day the angels reveal themselves is the day no one will doubt their existence. But by then, the time to believe will have passed, and what remains is judgment, carried out with the help of those who were once unseen but were always near. As we reflect on the world of angels described in Islam, we begin to see that they are not distant beings occupying some far-off realm. They are close, closer than we dare imagine. They are not mere figures in ancient texts or poetic symbols of goodness. They are real, living creations of Allah, active and ever-present in our lives. From the moment we are formed in the womb to the final breath we take, and far beyond that into the afterlife, they are there, watching, recording, praying, protecting, asking Allah for mercy on our behalf, encouraging us toward the good, weeping when we disobey our Creator, and rejoicing when we repent. Their presence is constant, though invisible. And that realization should not lead us to fear, but to hope and responsibility. We are not forgotten. We are not unseen. Even when the world turns away, the angels do not. They see every moment of sincerity, every tear shed in solitude, every effort we make to draw closer to Allah. They see the battles we fight within ourselves, the quiet struggles to stay upright when everything inside feels broken. They are not just watching, they are praying for us, lifting our names to the heavens in silent intercession. What does it mean to live knowing that beings of light walk beside you? It means your life matters. Your actions echo in the unseen world. Your kindness is not wasted. Your prayers are not unheard. It means that you are part of a divine system far more beautiful and intricate than the eyes can perceive. So let us live with that awareness. Let it soften our hearts, cleanse our intentions, and remind us that in the stillness of every moment, angels are near. Not as spectators, but as witnesses, companions, and servants of the most merciful. And their presence is one of the greatest honors given to the children of Adam.